In this video, we're going to be talking about chroma-keying, also called green screening. Basically, this is a technique for removing a background and showing something else instead. It's one of the techniques we use at DisciplesNet to enhance our video work. This is DisciplesNet, and these are discoveries along the way. Chroma-keying, also known as green screening, is a way you can place yourself in front of nearly any background you'd like. It begins with a single color screen you place behind you. Green screening is so named because that screen is usually a shade of yellow-green. But you can use almost any singular color. Some folks use blue screening instead of green screening. So collectively, this whole process is called chroma-keying, and you'll find it in live streaming and video editing software under one of those names. Now, green is the most common color to use because you rarely find that shade of bright green in clothing. And unless you're the Hulk or a Skrull, you won't find it in skin tones either. You do have to be careful though. After working with green screen for some time, I failed to notice that this cup that I keep around the office is exactly the right shade to disappear when I use a green screen. And this shows you exactly what's happening when you do chroma keying. The color you eliminate becomes transparent, and whatever background you place behind it shows through. It doesn't matter if the color you're eliminating is in front of you or behind you, as you can see. Now let's look at why you'd want to do this. Chroma keying allows you to use your background for illustrating a theme in your presentation. You can even change it as you go to highlight certain points. For instance, I once did a sermon that referred to Jesus meeting the disciples in the midst of a storm on the Sea of Galilee. When I began speaking, the background was sun over the water. But as I spoke, it changed and turned into a dark storm. And then later, as I was finishing up, it moved back into sun over the water, thus illustrating the theme of that scary storm and Jesus calming the storm. You can use a single picture, or you can use a full motion video. However, a full motion video is more taxing on video processing. If you're editing video, that simply means it will take more time to render the finished video. However, if you're live streaming, the system may bog down and you'll get skips in the audio or the video as it tries to process the green screen function. So, how do you do this? Well, you start with a single color screen. It could be a cloth screen hung from the ceiling or from a stand. But the problem with cloth is that it has to be stretched taut and ironed out so that it's wrinkle-free. Wrinkles cause shadows, and shadows produce irregular colors that don't disappear as well. One way to deal with this is to use a frame that stretches the cloth itself. The portable green screens that you see advertised use this technique. Another solution is to paint a wall or a flat surface with the green color. Since we do green screening a lot, we actually have a green wall at DisciplesNet. It's right behind me, as you can see now. One key to using chroma keying is to have your area well lit. In fact, you may want to add more lighting to light the area even more. You should light your subject a little more than the screen itself. But you want to light the screen to get rid of any shadows created by the subject. In addition, you want to move your subject away from the screen. If the subject is too close to the screen color reflects on them, and you won't be able to eliminate it without losing the edges of your subject. Once you've got a green screen and lighting set up, you need to find the chroma key or green screen function in your live streaming or video editing software. And most of these functions have a number of options that will help you adjust the filter so that it's only eliminating what you want and not parts of your subject. So we suggest that you take each setting in turn and see how it affects the results. Then you'll know which settings to work with to adjust your chroma keying to do exactly what you want. While the names of your settings might differ a bit from mine, I usually adjust the settings to select the background color, as well as the ones called background correction and threshold in a software called DaVinci Resolve. So now you know more about the hows and whys of using chroma key to enhance your videos. Keep watching this channel for more DisciplesNet discoveries along the way.